Great eats and healthy living. Woo! All right. How's everybody doing? I'm so excited to get on here and start with our series, our salmon series. I'm super excited about that. I got some things going on here. That's super cute. That's it. It's after today. Remember, you guys come in, just go ahead and let me know your face is in the place. Yeah, let me know your face is in the place. Don't have just a keyword. Get started. And when you're coming on, if you can culinary click and share, I would greatly appreciate it. And culinary clicking and sharing is simply just coming on and sharing the platform, this right here, this test kitchen, sharing it with your platform. So we don't keep all the goodness and mercy to ourselves. I want to share. Share the love, always. That's what we're going to do. We're going to share the love. Let me see who we got on here. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Kale. Let's go. Look, I know because Jan, thank you for being on because I was hoping that you were because share. Okay, great. All right, that belly ground. And you know what? Nadia scratching at the door. Let me let her in. Can you guys hear the music? You know, I need a text. I need people to let me know. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you see me okay? What we doing? Tevin is my niece. Okay. Hi, Tevin. Hi, love. Okay, so is that like Tevin? Is Kevin your favorite auntie? Is she? Awesome. So guys, let me know. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much, Tevin, for joining. You're a newbie. I appreciate you coming on. So let me know, guys, if you can hear me okay, you can see me okay. We're in for a treat today. I'm just going to take it probably like one more minute because we're not going to be on here long. My goal, and I've been doing pretty good, is to get off here in 30 minutes. So 7:30, we're done. Like I'm plating, you're seeing the goodness and mercy, and we just like, hey, cheers, sipping. Tevin, do you drink, honey? Go ahead and grab your glass of wine. I already know your auntie. I already know Titi Gabba. I already know. This is Merlot, Kevin. This is Merlot. Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining. Making sure I got all of my things here. A little excited. Yeah. So I'm just trying to keep up with the positive energy that's going on. I got my red lip on. What you call it? Like the red lip bellas. Can Tevin drink? Kevin, can Tevin drink? Tevin, baby, how old are you, honey? How old are you? All right. When you guys come on, make sure you let me know your face is in the place. Let me know. Okay? In about 30 more seconds, we're going to get popping. We're going to get started. Because that's the beauty about salmon. And that's where I'm doing a whole salmon. But you know, I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm going to give them 30 seconds, probably like 20 seconds now. Okay? I got some techniques. I got some things I'm going to show you guys. I'm super excited. Hopefully, I'm going to share with you guys some things you may not have known. Okay? So that's the beauty of it too. Hopefully that is the case. Come on in. This is a Bella Red. I'm naming it. It's a Bella Red. This is what the Bellas did. We wear the red. Because we are the Reds. Did you know there's a salmon that is known as the Reds? Did you know that? I'm going to get into that a little bit too. Okay? All right, guys. 7:10. Awesome. Great eats and healthy living. And welcome to Test Kitchen AC Art of Food. Test Kitchen Thursday is just a little time out of your week that I just take about 30 minutes to teach you a delicious, healthy recipe that, of course, is going to utilize my abstract spice, okay? And the abstract spice seasoning is everything, the goodness and mercy, all the things that you need in your life. Just, you know, it's just, it is what it is. It's delicious flavor, it's good for you as far as being lower in sodium. It's full of anti-inflammatory properties that are going to be antioxidants as well, fighting disease, lowering that blood pressure, and just getting you healthy all the way around, okay? So if you're going to season your food, you might as well, you know, if you're going to eat healthy food, it don't make no sense for you to sit up here and put some crap on it that's going to make it better. Like you defeat the whole purpose. So with abstract spice, you're able to lift it up to another healthier level, okay? So that's what I do. Now, AC Art of Food, you may be asking, what is AC Art of Food, or who is AC Art of Food? I am AC, owner of AC Art of Food, which is a culinary health resource, which simply means that I am dedicated to helping you eat healthy, be it with my abstract spice seasonings, be it with mindful custom meal plans that I have that are catered just to you and your specifics, your makeup, your gender, your size, your height, all that good stuff, because all that matters, as well as healthy eating courses and sessions, blood type sessions, okay, to get you able to get down, okay? Now, you may think, oh, okay, eat right for your blood type, but it's more than just what you eat. There are certain supplements that are also going to help you to live your best life, okay, and movement. So yeah, all of that, but we're talking about Test Kitchen Thursday. I just want to give you a little bit about what AC Art of Food does, okay? Now, this is going to be our whole salmon month, okay? Now, let me lead off by saying happy March, happy Women's Month, okay, Women's History Month, but it's also my birthday month. So if you are a subscriber to AC Art of Food, you got a newsletter. Let me know in the comments, did you guys get a newsletter? I got you the Pomegranate. Okay, did you guys get the newsletter? If you got the newsletter, then you got a special coupon. You got a special coupon in the beginning of the newsletter. Use it. It's on now for my entire birthday month. Okay, my birthday is March 16th. And so you get 16% off of all AC Art of Food Abstract Spice products. Okay, so make sure you utilize that. But also, we're going to do the salmon for the month. I'm talking about salmon for breakfast. I'm talking about salmon for snacks and appetizers. We're going to have a little appetizer talk. Even salmon for dinner, of course, in your salad, sandwich, tacos, all that good stuff. But tonight, we're going to talk about dinner. And let me go ahead and get my banner going on. I do not have my Shannon on here. So Shannon is usually the one that runs this stuff and makes it do what it do. And let me put some of these comments up here. Someone said, cute glass, thanks, Coachie. Better to drink with. And I needed that. Cheers. Awesome. What comments we got going on? Hey, girl, hey. Yes, I am going to focus. Absolutely. You need to check. Oh, okay. You need to check. Okay, awesome. Okay, Tevin, check with Tevin. Okay, great. So, guys, we are going to do, as you can see on the dinner, a simple abstract salmon, a simple abstract salmon topped with crispy kale and pomegranate drizzle, okay? So let's just little, some tidbits of that salmon. There's 6 different types of salmon, okay? So you have your Chinook salmon, okay? You have your chum, and chum, that kind of reminds me of SpongeBob SquarePants, because in the chum bucket or whatever, yeah, that's salmon. Okay, they swim upstream too. But anyway, coho, pink, and sockeye, okay, in the Atlantic, okay? So I'm gonna go into those throughout the month to get you guys a little bit more acclimated with the salmon, with what you're eating. So first, let's go ahead and get started with our salmon. I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff out the way because I want you guys to see what I'm cooking with, okay? Okay, it's a lot of things. It's all of the things. It's all of the things. So we are going to move. Here we go. Okay, this is that pomegranate syrup you guys are talking about. This is our kale that we are going to utilize for our delicious crispy topping. And it's going to be a little different, okay? It's going to be different. And I'm also, if you don't have a glaze, I'm going to show you guys how you can make a delicious, like balsamic like sauce, okay? So let me know if you guys can see what I got going on right there. I just want to make sure everybody's in the mix and they can see what's going on. So we have our salmon. And there are different, you know, the cuts of the salmon. This is pretty much like the tail part of the salmon. Okay. And then we have, and my hands are clean. Okay. And then we have our, just like regular strips of salmon. Now I took a whole fillet. Of salmon and I kind of sliced it up. I sliced up the salmon so you can see those pieces. They look so beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and there's some people who may like skin on the salmon. Okay, I don't particularly care for a skinless salmon. I like the skin because I like the crispiness of it. And then I've recently seen where they even have like crispy salmon snacks. Okay, now I have actually crisped up salmon myself. I like it. I don't know. But if you have a piece like this, you can do this in a whole fillet, but you can also just remove the skin itself. I'm going to take this to the side, and this is going to be the piece of salmon we're going to be working with. And you see right here, it's got the skin. So there's going to be typically a little loose piece, and you see how this piece right here is loose? Yeah, okay. And the skin is so tough. It's tougher than that of the actually flesh of the salmon, okay? So now that I've separated that, do you see how I have that little piece that's separated and I'm holding on to that right there? Yeah. Okay, and so you just take your knife, hold these two, and just like slice down. Now, the key to this is going to be absolutely to have a super sharp knife. And I know you say, oh, super sharp knife, I might cut myself. No. You have a super sharp knife. That is going to reduce injuries. If you have a dull knife, honey, you're going to sit up here and get a dull cut on your finger or just butcher your meat. And look at that. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. That thing's a chef. That girl's a chef. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell it. And this is the skin. So the object is to get a less amount of flesh on there. Okay? So you just discard that. Or you can put that in some place and you can fry that up too. Okay? But a lot of people don't care for the skin. Okay? So that's what we're going to work. And the skin also increases the time that you already have to make with the salmon. So by taking the skin off, it's not a long time for salmon. It doesn't take a long time for it to, hold on guys. It doesn't take a long time for it to cook. So when we have the skin on it, hold on. When we have the skin on, it is going to, God, wait a minute. When we take the skin off, it's going to reduce the time even more. Okay. Hold on now. Gotta get that right. Just gotta get that right. Okay. All right. We love my pantry. Now, when you have the salmon, I want you guys to see. Look at that. See how the skin is? Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's gone. All right. So now we're just going to season it. Okay. And of course, we're going to season it with the abstract spice. And the good thing about it is you can use any different type of spice that you like. But I usually always do like the regular or the lemon pepper, and that's good. That's absolutely fine. But we're going to use a spicy, okay? So this is the abstract spicy. I don't know if you can see that right there. So we're going to do spicy, and I'm going to bring y'all back down here, okay? And I have my tongs, so we're going to do that. Okay, so bring y'all back down. Ooh, you know what I did? Okay. All right. So here we go. And we have and we don't usually, if I have some type of protein, what I will do is put a little bit of oil on it, but I don't have to put oil on this because it's already a fatty fish. And the beauty of salmon is that it's about the healthiest fish, one of the healthiest fish that you can buy because of the omega-3 fatty acids that's included. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, what is omega-3? Omega-3 are those fatty acids that you need for anti-inflammatory, okay? And they also have antioxidants in them too, okay? So that makes them so great. So we don't need to put a whole lot of seasoning on here because, like I said, we're gonna have a crispy topping to this, okay? So we have our spicy already seasoned right here, and it's gonna emit a lot of the oil too. Okay, so we're gonna pull this to the side and bring in a hot plate, and that plate is hot. Okay, So we have it on here. And this, of course, I have done, I put a little of the olive oil in here. And we do the olive oil because we want to keep in the benefits of the oil. Okay? So once that gets heated, we are going to lay in our salmon. Now, when it comes to our kale, okay, how we're going to make this a crispy kale. This is what I have done, okay? So right here is rinsed kale leaves, okay? Right? It's kale, chopped kale, and I have put in about a tablespoon of corn starch and about a half a tablespoon of abstract spice, lemon, salt, and pepper. So it's going to create kind of like a coating, and the texture is going to be like a kale chip. Kale chips are super delicious. They're crispy, and they have the seasoning of the abstract spice, and it's like a little hint of lemon. That's why I want to do a little bit of contrast. Okay, so we have that contrast there, and that is what's going to go on top of our salmon, and we're gonna fry it up and everything. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this heated because we're gonna put this in the wok. Okay, while that heats. All right, so our pan is ready. And like I said, we put a little bit of the olive oil in here in the pan. And then we're just gonna lay our salmon down. You hear that? You hear that sizzle? Sizzle. Now, it's only gonna take this salmon about 2 minutes on each side. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you see me? I'm usually toggling back and forth between this and this and the Facebook page so I can see and make sure I'm coming in clear. Okay. Great. So while this salmon, and I can take my gloves off now with that and put you guys back up here with me. So a little something about salmon. What you guys may not have known, salmon is seasonal, okay? So the season for salmon begins in May. Ooh, get this together. Oh, you know what I need. The season for salmon is May. So in May, woo, be with me, y'all. So the season is between May and August, when the main harvest time for, and see guys, I'm 2 minutes and I flipped it. So you see how it's still pink on the inside? That is fine because this right here is going to cook the rest of the way. And 2 more minutes and we're going to be done. Okay, so those are the times for salmon. Okay, so usually with the season, it's harvested mainly in July. So June is like pretty much the ideal month for you to get your salmon. Now, it comes into question about the farm and about the fresh. Now, all of the salmon in the U.S. that is Atlantic is farm raised. Okay, the wild that's good for you and that's less contaminated, if you will, is going to be from the Pacific. Okay, so the best way is to go ahead and get a Pacific salmon. You can also get them within those times of the month, those months between May and July. Well, and was harvested in July. So here's the thing, though. So because we can eat salmon all year round, the thing about it is there is also farm raised, but it's responsibly raised. Okay, so when the season for the salmon comes, when they go spawning, and spawning is pretty much like their final trip on this earth, and that's when you see them going upwards when they, swim upstream, right? And that is when they are laying their eggs as well as fasting. Okay. Well, okay, salmon got it going all the way on, okay? So that's how you know you have some some really good salmon, okay? So that's what you need to do if you cannot buy it in season, okay? And make sure you read those labels. The labels are going to be key when you are purchasing your salmon. So if you cannot buy it and all you see is farm raised, make sure at least it has a sticker that says responsibly farm raised, okay? We try to eat the best that we can at all times. but sometimes we just have to do what we have to do and make the best choice in a bad situation, okay? So we're gonna take our salmon off because it's been about 2 minutes now. And you see it's still a little bit more opaque on the inside. We're gonna let it rest, okay? We're gonna let it rest because the most perfect salmon comes when it's still a little uncooked in the middle, and when you let it rest, like we've taken it off, it goes ahead and it cooks through it, and it makes the perfect piece of salmon. So something like that, maybe like a half or maybe an inch and a half thick, okay? That's gonna take about 2 minutes on each side. Don't worry about the crust or anything that's gonna get a little bit darker. That is just simply, you know, some of the seasoning that's being seared. Now for the crispy topping, okay, that we are going to do on this kale. Now, I told you I have taken just regular kale, okay, and we have gone ahead and just tossed it. Now, when you're rinsing your kale, that's the perfect adhesion, okay, for the cornstarch and the abstract spice lemon, salt, and pepper. The abstract spice lemon, salt, and pepper to adhere to the leaves of the kale, okay? Now, I'm gonna put this bad boy in, but because this is a wok, and I use a wok because a wok is quick frying, okay? It's gonna stay, it's already in some grapeseed oil right now, but it's gonna fry up quick so that oil does not saturate. So if you have a wok, use your wok. That's the best way to cook if you're gonna saute something, because it's gonna take the least amount of time in the oil, even though it's beneficial oil still, it doesn't matter because we just don't want things swimming in oil, okay? So, are y'all ready? I'm about to put y'all down here again. Woo! Watch this, watch this. Not that, I don't want you to watch that, I want you to watch this. Okay, so I'm getting ready to drop. Okay, so we got some in the, you know what, it's gonna pop. Look at that. You hear that? That popping is the water. The water and oil do not mix. Okay? But we have it here, and that cornstarch is going to add a light crisp to it. If you don't want cornstarch, you don't have to have cornstarch. It's completely fine. But when you put this in, make sure you back. I'm talking about all the way. So if you just wanted to do it, you know, in the oven, you can absolutely do that. But when you start seeing it turn a little brown, that's when you want to flip it, because we do not want burnt kale, okay? But it's not going to be green, so we are going to have it to be a little bit deeper of the green, okay? You see how that's sizzling? Woo! Yes, look, let me tell you, a wok for fast cooking is a lifesaver. And you don't have a lot of chefs that tell you that same thing. Because of the quick amount of time that it takes to be in the oil, because it's so thin. And it's you know, it's thin. It's a steel material. I think they have some different types of material, but it's a thin iron. Sorry about that. It's a thin iron. Okay, look at that browning, yes. Okay, and it's kind of like tempura. That's pretty much what this is. This is tempura kale. Okay, and this is super crispy. It's already seasoned, and it's going to be a perfect contrast with the spicy salmon that we have over here resting and completing the cooking process. It's cooking all the way through now, okay? And we can just go ahead and pick these up off. All right. And when I'm picking them up, they're already like, I can feel and I can hear the crispiness of it. Okay. So we're done with that. And you see what we have? Woo! Like little crispy chips. Oh, wait a minute. Can you hear that? That's the crispy chips. The delicious crispy chips. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this off. And we are going to come back here. We are done with our oven. How can I do that before? You see how easy that was? That motion that I did that and I just popped it back up and that was good. Okay, so now that we have that, it's time to plate our salmon. Okay, so we've done a great job leg or a small part. What? We skinned it. How about that? You see how super easy it was to skin that? And when you're skinning that, it's a great deal of ease when you do that. And look at this. Okay, because it doesn't cook as long. Let me get my tongs so you guys can see. Look at that. You see that? Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and plate it. Let's just go ahead and plate it. Now, I told y'all AC is already doing things in advance. So I have this, and I gotta put y'all down again so you guys can see what's going on. All right. Now, the beauty of salmon is its properties and how it is super high in protein. Can you guys see me here? I think I can have it elevated. It's super high in protein, okay? And I said about those omega-3s and everything, but also it helps with coronary and heart disease, okay? So we have our two beautiful pieces right here, okay? Both of them skinned, okay? So like I said, I like the crispiness of it. I'm not even gonna lie. I love the crispiness of it, okay? I'm gonna put this down. And then we have our crispy kale that we're just gonna top. Ooh, look at that. And I have this paper towel, obviously, because we're gonna drain. You know, we want this to drain. So also this crisping of this salmon, the crisping of this kale, it also tenderizes the stems of the kale, so it won't be so hard. Now look at that. That's the beauty in texture. That's beauty in this flavor, because we have that lemon pop. And as usually with all things that you have to do, regardless of how quick of a fry you do, you're just going to do a little sprinkle of course, the abstract rose sea salt. Okay, it just pops the flavor a little bit more. And now I'm going to take my pomegranate syrup. Ooh, the pomegranate syrup. If you don't have a pomegranate syrup, I did an Aldi haul last week, and this is a glaze. The strawberry glaze, and I think I asked y'all which one you wanted me to use. But guess what? Okay. I've recently received some feedback regarding some of the recipes that I make from time to time. They may seem a little bit, well, the ingredients rather, may seem a little bit hard to find. And I am completely grateful and thankful for that feedback. So what I want to always do is try to make eating healthier, delicious, number one, and number two, easily accessible, and then three, economically. Okay, so I think it's not in one particular order. Those are just the three main things that we're trying to do. Because it's not hard and it's not that difficult, but I'm here to help and give you guys those ideas, right? So if you do not have access to a pomegranate syrup or to a balsamic glaze, now they are found in various different grocery stores. Kroger has the glaze. You can try it online as well. I will put a link in this in here tonight that will link you to where you can purchase not only just the pomegranate syrup, but also where you can do a glaze. Now, if you do not have that and you say you want to make this right now because you got some kale and some salmon in your refrigerator right now, let's do a little bootleg something. I'm completely making this up as I go, okay? So what we're going to do, I do have some regular balsamic vinegar, okay, which is where it comes from. It's sweet, it's tangy, okay, and it's great for salads when you emulsify it with some oil, okay? So we're going to pour maybe about 2 tablespoons, okay, of this balsamic vinegar. And could you use white vinegar? Yeah, but why? Ooh, it don't have no flavor to it. It's just vinegar. Could you do apple cider vinegar? Yeah, but it don't really taste that much like them apples. Ooh, it's strong, right? The balsamic has kind of been mellowed out so that when you do mix it with things, it has a pleasant taste. You don't miss the fact that it's, it is vinegar, but it kind of, adds that sweetness to it as well. So to my vinegar, I'm going to add honey. Now, house syrups and glazes are made, as far as like the pomegranate, when you take these fruit, they're cooked on a low heat until the sugars come out of them, because they're fructose. These are the sugars that are naturally formed in fruit, okay? And they're good for you because they're also combined with fiber, okay? So when you have like the added sugars that don't have, you know, like the fruit juices and things like that, it's extracted. The fiber from that fruit is extracted, so that kind of makes it, you know, super high and spiking your glycemic level. But when you eat fruit in its wholeness, then that fiber is working with that sugar to balance it out and not spike your glycemic levels, okay? So this right here, we're just gonna add a little honey. Okay, so we added what? We added about 2 tablespoons of our vinegar, and that's roughly about, this is going to be about 1.5 tablespoons. And we're going to take a whisk, and we're just going to whisk it. And we're going to make our own syrup, okay? You guys see this? Now, will it be as thick as probably a regular pomegranate syrup? No, right? Because the process is a long and laborsome process. But this is going to add a little flavor, the same flavor. Now, when you get that texture, we got just along the way. That's good. Kind of reminds like a little lemonade almost, okay? So, I have this. It is a little bit thicker than, say, the balsamic vinegar all by itself. And let's watch how we can make this pretty and good. Hold on. Okay, so let me get my lighting here together. Okay, so here's the salmon. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna do 2, so you can see one with the balsamic, one that we made, and then one with the pomegranate. Okay. Hey, is that Beverly? Hey, Beverly. I missed you these past couple of weeks. Okay, so we're gonna have one that is going to have our homemade syrup on it, and then the other is going to have our pomegranate syrup. So we have this. Y'all know I'm funny about plating. Okay, so we have this on here, pretty as you want to have it. And then we're just going to take a spoon and we are going to ladle this on here. You see what I'm talking about? This texture, the texture of it. All right, and then we have our syrup, the pomegranate syrup. We have our pomegranate syrup on our other piece. All right. And do y'all hear the crispiness of this kale? It is blowing my mind right now, okay? So we have that one. That looks like, you know, vinegar's on there, a little soy sauce. That's what it's reminding me of. And then we drizzle that. Look at that. See? That's a little bit more syrupy, and it makes it pretty. It makes it look a little bit pretty. Okay. Now, the piece of the sauce we're going to taste. Jan, I'm on time. Thank you. I needed that. I needed that time check. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I really needed that. Okay, but we're done. So time check, awesome. Let me see. The brand manager. Okay, look at this. It's the crispy kale on top. I picked this one because I like the way this glaze did. But I'm just saying, if you don't have, you know, that glaze, you can absolutely get that same flavor, the texture, maybe. Can somebody get a picture of this? Because y'all know I can't take a picture when I'm on here. Is somebody, now that looks like a piece of art right there from ACR to Food. Our shots getting snapped. I hope y'all snapping some shots. D, come get it. Come get it, D. For a pass in your suitcase. So now I am going to try, because I know that the pomegranate syrup is going to be great. Let me try the homemade syrup. Okay, let me try this on this piece of salmon. With a crispy kale. Can you see the cornstarch? Ask for another light crispy. Now, if you're I think somebody asked about flour. Do not use flour. for this, okay? The flour makes it kind of gummy and it's going to be a little heavier, and it's just questionable about how crisp you can make that. But the tempura lightness of it is why I picked the cornstarch. Okay, let's try. That's butter, baby. That is butter. There's so many different elements going on with this. The tender butteriness of the salmon. And it's the salmon alone, just the flavor of salmon, you don't need a lot of anything, okay? But the fact that we're combining it with the texture of the salmon, I mean, it's like a kale chip, but it's a little bit more intense because when you're eating the kale is tender. It's not hard any longer because we didn't put it in the oil. But then that mix with that abstract lemon, salt, and pepper. Okay, I'm gonna have it now. Y'all, the bootleg syrup with the balsamic and honey is giving me everlasting life. I can rock this and I'm good. Where's Landon? I need him to come down and taste this. That's awesome. Now we're gonna go for the pretty one. Look at that. Hey, Nia. Yay! And I also got this inspiration from Nia. Nia beat us on here. She's just like, I love salmon. I can eat salmon all day long. You know what? We're gonna have a month series of the different ways you can have salmon. So thanks to Nia, guys, for this series between her and Landon. I like when I'm cutting into the salmon, I can hear the crispiness. But I know it's not the skin of the salmon because we already skinned the salmon, right? We've done a lot in this time frame. And I'm going right now 36 minutes. I'm not going to make it at 40. I'm not going to go 40. But this is the pomegranate syrup. You know what? The pomegranate syrup is a little bit more tangier. The balsamic mixed with the honey, I would say equal parts honey and balsamic to make that syrup. It's more mellow. So obviously, if you want a little bit more of the tang, you should put more vinegar in it. But guys, hands down, I think I like the honey. I think I like the bootleg syrup. I think I like this. And you know what? All you have to do is heat this up, and it'll condense down, and you'll have your sugar. So guys, okay, one more bite and I'm done. Shannon would kill me. Shannon would kill me right now. Hey, you want to come try this? No? Okay, great. What? Guys. Okay. So I'm going to see if we have... Beverly, thank you. Here's perfect. Awesome. Okay, guys. Are there any questions? Because that's my time. And I said I was going to I'm not going to be selfish and take up any more of your time. But if you do have any questions, please let me know. And like I said, I will put links. I will drop links that will share where you can find this here pomegranate syrup, as well as a variety. Now, it won't be this particular type because this is Aldi's. It won't be this particular type, but it will be a different type. But what do you guys think about skinning the salmon? Do you like the salmon skin, or do you prefer yours without the skin? I'm a skin type of girl, but I skinned it for y'all. Yeah, I did. Okay, like where to get the pomegranate? Yes, y'all keep talking about the pomegranate salmon. Yes, okay, so the red salmon, that's the sockeye salmon, and it's called like the reds. Okay. Funny thing is though, the texture to me of sockeye salmon, I don't care for it too much. It's a little bit more drier than the more moist flavor of, say, like this Pacific or an Atlantic salmon. Okay. All right. Did you guys know about the season of salmon? Did you guys know that there was actually a season for that? And remember, the season for fresh salmon, freshwater salmon is going to be between the months of May and August, when harvesting time is primarily in July. Okay. And when it's spawning, that's, it's the last trip it takes, that the salmon takes before dying, and that's when the eggs are laid, that's when they're fasting. That's and we'll go more into this because it's an entire month, so all 3 of the Thursdays that we're dedicated, that are going to be dedicated to salmon. Okay, so we're going to have a time where we're going to talk about breakfast for salmon. We're going to talk about appetizer talk, different appetizers for salmon, salmon mousse, a salmon spread, okay, croquettes, okay, and my secret to how I make it so good. But guys, my time is running. I said I wasn't going to make it to the 40, and I have 9 more seconds left. Great Eats and Healthy Living, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe down here to acrtfood.com for all of your culinary health needs. And remember, culinary health is simply meaning that I am dedicated to helping you eat healthier. Until next Thursday for the remaining of the salmon series. Great Eats and Healthy Living. Enjoy your weekend, guys.